Meanwhile, while I was drawing the picture, I heard a weird chanting of mine and her name. God.
To be honest with you, you seem a little scared. I'm not really scared.
Well, if it's a cannibalistic monster that represents greed and winter...
I'm not really scared. You should know that Mom locks the doors at night. And windows.
But did I even mention to you that the fingers, if you take it off, one measures about 1.5 foot?
What does that have to do with doors and windows?
It's very sharp clawed, so it could break right through glassnesses.
Don't call me that.
Woman. Yeah. The weird thing is it barely has any, like, reported thefts of, like, people. It just has been caught on tape, not reported a lot. That's odd. And the thing is, it's just, mostly it's found in the coldest places of the world. Not really necessarily, but it's found in cold forests, such as where we are now, which is in Colorado. And also, Canada, some other places in the U.S. too. It's just kind of cool.
Yeah.
Weird.
I mean, I believe in this creature. I believe in it because lots of things have been actually caught on camera that aren't even Photoshop.
I mean, we've had some pretty weird experiences. Like, my first memory, now that I recall it, is sleeping at my grandparents' house, which I still own today, and hearing footsteps waking me up. I try to be as quiet as I can because there's this weird, like, murky silhouette, and it's like 5 a.m., and it's right outside, and it seems hurt, and it's running, so I just stay there, and I'm like, what the heck is that?
Wait, help me.
And I was about 2.5 now that I recall it. I thought it was a Sasquatch now that I think about it.
I mean, I've had a really, really weird experience.
Tell us.
I was at least 6 years old, and I was at my mom and dad's house, because I usually stay there. And I remember hearing things, like something going on in the kitchen.
What time was it, though?
Like 3
In the morning?
in the morning, yeah, and it woke me up. I went upstairs very quietly. Mom and Dad were sleeping. I didn't know what was in the kitchen. Could a raccoon maybe gotten...
I mean, raccoons are very intellectual and fidgety creatures, but...
Mom did leave open the window that night. And so a cold breeze was blowing in the kitchen. So I didn't know if it was the wind or something was in the kitchen.
Did you hear, like, a banging up against a roof?
It wasn't Santa.
So we know that. No, like, against the bottom floor.
No, I didn't.
Okay, then it wasn't a Wendego.
Yeah. Good.
Because if it was a Wendego, it would probably have been...
I probably wouldn't be here
putting a
right now.
curse on your family.
I probably wouldn't be here right now. Just saying.
No, it would be putting a curse on your family. Normally it targets tinier creatures in your family, as if it's just a really short person, or...
Yeah, and let's be honest, I'm taller than Markiplier.
You are taller than Markiplier.
I'm
He's
taller
5'4".
Yeah, I'm taller than Markiplier, and I'm 10 years old.
He's 5'4", so...
He's not that tall.
Kevin Hart's 5'2", so...
Yeah, he's not that tall.
Let's do a celebrity comparison to the Wendego. So, let's do Markiplier and Kevin Hart. So, if... This is a Wendego, okay? This is Kevin Hart.
This
is Markiplier, barely above Kevin Hart.
They'd be dead.
Actually, no, they'd be right here. And then a finger would be about this. So basically, the Wendego would be having some nice
Markiplier wouldn't be here.
Kevin Hart.
And
Shoot. Luckily, Markiplier lives in an urban area of California. Basically in a friggin' mini mansion.
Kevin Hart soup and a side of Markiplier bread.
That's odd, because actually some YouTubers have reported seeing weird stuff in those areas too, such as ČrYptįD. He always gets into like weird trouble. A couple of months ago, actually, he went missing for around 5 days.
Why?
I didn't watch the full video. I think he was just in some financial trouble.
Creeped out?
Huh?
Is it because you got creeped out?
Huh?
Did you get creeped out since you didn't? You said you didn't watch all of the video. Did you get creeped out?
No. I just was bored and I wanted to watch another video.
You were like, nope, screw this.
The odd thing is there's internet at this house and it hasn't been touched for like 3.5
my
years.
computer is sitting up on.
It seriously is. And
Good.
that's odd. It's just a straight up oddity. This video is getting pretty long.
It is.
And most of it's just us ranting about
YouTubers and
stuff.
weird experiences we've had.
But the Wendego is also known to just be weird and mysterious and never. There have been many murders that have been ruled as a suicide, although their parents claim they've been asleep. In these areas, they're quite common, especially here. I've heard a couple on KRDO, lots actually, ruled as suicides and stuff. And you know that group that got shut down just in November because they were sending out suicide messages, and it was on Twitter, and the leader committed suicide. So
it's funny you say that because about 2 months ago, there was a man who lived in the woods in midwinter, and a very young man, not like 20, 24. He was actually killed, and nobody lived in that forest except him.
yeah, that's the weird thing. And
it was midwinter.
And heck, we here in the state of Colorado, there's many Sasquatch reported. And about 85% of them confess to being fake, and some of them are actually caught on camera. When also inside on camera, there's also like they're all sleeping, and even sometimes a burglar's in the house, and it's just and the burglar even gets scared out of its wits, and he sometimes gets taken away too. And the weird thing is that young man was like 22 or something.
Yeah.
So, and it was ruled as a murder, and barely even anyone knew his address.
And he didn't commit suicide because there wasn't any traces of suicide.
And he had a very healthy mental health too. But the weird thing is
nothing.
A couple, I'm not sure what time this kid committed suicide, but he had an IQ of 178. Perfectly healthy, no mental illnesses, and he committed suicide without a trace of anything, any depression, suicidal thoughts, and that's one thing about the Wendego too. Wendego psychosis can cause people to go mad.
They can, which is scary. But one thing I know is that
Hi.
Hi. They're good. Jason, have another one.
that was my mom.
Don't
pay attention
Tell them
to
what
that.
you know. Tell them what you know.
About what? The Wendego?
Mm-hmm.
Well, like you said, make you go crazy.
Wendego psychosis.
Wendego psychosis. Cannibalism. I don't know much. Midwinter or winter.
Well, anyways, let's do a recap of what the Wendigo actually is. It is. Well, we haven't actually talked about the Wendigo basically at all, but the Wendigo is from Algonquian folklore and has been associated with greed, bad deeds in general, cannibalism, and the cold or winter.
Yeah.
It is known as being, as we said, somewhat of, it has an elk skull or normal elk with horns, malnourished,
I bet you wish you had these cookies right now.
malnourishment, and glowing red eyes a lot of the time. It is, if you hear it chanting your name, we haven't gone over this, but the best way to stay alive is to sleep in a closet. Due to it having such small doorknobs, and it can't open it.
Yeah. Or didn't you say its fingers were like a foot long?
A 1.5 feet long, and normally closets don't have any windows.
Yeah, it'd be weird if they did.
I mean, walk-in closets do, but still, it's only a 1.5 feet long.
So you told me you heard like something chanting my name and your name. What you're saying is you want me to sleep in a closet tonight?
Basically, yeah.
Like until we get out of this place?
Basically, yeah. And I'll sleep in a closet, too.
We're staying here for 2 weeks, Sophia.
Also, sleeping under a bed would also be it.
I could not fit under that bed.
You could sleep in a
I'm
closet.
just saying. I'm sleeping in the closet.
Basically, what we're saying is Narnia is safe from Wendigo.
Go to Narnia.
To Narnia! Well, the X-Queen can still kill you, so let's not, the evil queen.
But yeah, the Wendigo is crazy. It will eat your soul.
Well, it's nearing 6 o'clock, and so guess we should start hitting the hay, because he is also spotted more so at 9 at night.
Did you say it was about to be 6 o'clock? And he spotted more so 9 at night? He or she.
From 6:30 to 9 at night is kind of hot spots. We know this from personal
I am
experience.
not going
by
to
the way.
bed at 6.
So just
If
hide
my
in the
mom
closet.
if my mom tries to make me go to bed at 8, I will hide under the bed. I don't care if I can't fit down there. I will hide.
We're getting in the closet right now. It's about. It's. Wait. It's 6:30 already? Oh, okay. I hear
Dang.
loud footsteps. Get in the closet. Get in the closet.
I'm good.